Hey, thank you for coming by, Tori Magoo 44. I know I greatly appreciate you guys coming here and all of you that make comments too. I really, really do read them and I really enjoy hearing what you have to say. Today's the 30th of August. Can you believe it? I know I say it all the time, but it's fall coming up. Unreal. Just totally unreal. For the people on the East Coast of the United States, all of our best wishes are with you. It looks like things, as bad as they are, they're at least better than we thought they were going to be for a few days. Some great news that's happened around the world internationally is Australia has passed some laws regarding the Church of Scientology where they're going to have to pay back pay to their staff, which is going to be millions of dollars. I'm going to put the links here on just a story about it. That's really fantastic. Tons of different things are happening. But this is really a message I've been speaking to a few people that are in the Church of Scientology who are waking up and want to leave, right? And what the church is doing is finding out who's the weakest link, right? And let's say your husband or your wife is waking up. So Scientology will send the registrars over to talk to the husband saying you really need to get your wife off the bridge, or vice versa. Or to kids about your parents. It doesn't matter. It's like my message to you is really listen to your loved ones because they know how they feel. And if they are calling me to say, I want to get out, but I don't know what to do, you have to think about that for a minute. I know how the church is built. I know this. It happened to me. It's like when you're in, that's why I call it the Truman Show. It's like, who are you going to talk to? If you say the wrong thing, we know this. I've showed it a million times, but here you go. You get declared suppressive. Now, in the old days, that was a horrible thing to get declared. It's like, ooh, really, really bad. Well, now there's so many people that are out that are good, fantastic, highly trained people that are out and declared suppressive. It's almost a joke. You know, I loved when the critics they used to have these different levels that you could reach that were, SP1, SP2, SP3, all the way up to, I think it went up to SP8, and I'm SP7 with cumulative clusters. So I love that. And if anybody who did start it wants to do it again, I still think it's a great idea. I do. Because it is a joke. It is a ridiculous thing that the Church of Scientology only does, and it's abusive, and it's horrible, and the people stay in because they're so afraid they'll end up getting declared. And what happens when you get declared generally is all of your friends, especially now, it's worse than ever, where all of your friends cut you off, you lose any of your family that are in. It's pretty horrible. It really is. So people don't want to be in that boat. But now a lot of people are under the radar, right? So they do want to leave, but it's sort of like they have that fear, and this guy has that fear, and that guy has that fear, and they don't know that they both have that fear. And it's pretty insidious. It really is. So if registrars are coming to talk to you, my key message today is don't talk to them. Talk to your spouse, talk to your loved ones. Keep it a family issue. Go and learn both sides. I know it's very tricky to some of you who haven't looked at both sides. It's like, oh, no, we can't look at that. I mean, my auditor, to give you an idea, Bill Yachty, told me that Nancy Maney went insane because she was reading the internet. He did. And, I mean, how awful is that? It's 100% lie. They drugged her. They reverse audited her, which means auditing is supposed to make you better. Reverse auditing makes you worse. They screwed her up. And then my auditor lied to me. And I didn't know until I escaped out in 2000 that that's what actually happened. So they lie. They'll trick you. I mean, when L. Ron Hubbard Jr. was part of Messiah or Madman, written by Bent Corridon and L. Ron Hubbard Jr., I was working for Ron's public relations office, right? And we were setting up interviews around the country with the media. And all of a sudden they were like, no, we want to talk to Bent Corridon and L. Ron Hubbard Jr. And I'm like, what? And I get off the phone, and I'm working with the Sea Org, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? L. Ron Hubbard Jr. is written a book against his father? It was the first time I even heard of it, right? And they said, Tori, just go home. Go home. I came back the next day, and I've told this, a lot of people have heard it, but somebody new may not have. I come back the next day, and they have a notarized thing from L. Ron Hubbard Jr. I never authored that book. I never had any problems with my dad. Signed L. Ron Hubbard Jr. And it's notarized. And I'm like, how can this be? How can this possibly be? And you know what they said? Tori, they're liars. That's what they do. Just go, that's it. Just get back to work. And don't worry about that. Right. Well, what was the truth of it? That was in '85 when I worked at RPR, Ron's Public Relations Office. They're supposed to handle his PR, any black PR or bad PR he has. But they hired us. We were making $1,000 a week, working part-time from 8:30 to 1. That was it, because by 1 I left to do my co-auditing. $1,000 a week. I was opening up a lot of accounts, so I was earning it. But still, here's the Sea Org making 35. But that's what they do. Because they found a little thing where L. Ron Hubbard said you can hire professionals in their specific area and pay them. So that's how we were getting paid. And there were about 5 or 6 of us, and we set up this huge, Jeff Hawkins has written about it, but we were the manpower behind it that did it, that actually opened up the accounts. And I was the person who, anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a whole long story in itself. But the point is, they lied to us. I didn't find out until I escaped out what really happened. They paid off L. Ron Hubbard Jr. within 24 hours, millions of dollars to shut up, goodbye. And the notarized thing. There you go. So you have to realize, look, and the neat thing about the internet, they say don't read the internet, right? Why? Because there's a lot of facts out there. Granted, there are things that are not true. So you have to look and read and decide. But that's the neat thing about the internet. You can compare notes. You can talk to different people. You can find out, okay, you were on the street corner of dot-to-dot and dot-to-dot, and so were you. Did this actually happen that way? And get that what really happened and what really went down versus the hearsay or the lies that you've been fed for years. That's your right. That's your freedom. Even within your own church, man has the inalienable right to free speech and free thought. So use it. Okay? Don't let them take it away from you. And to all of you OT 5 through 8, do not die within your church. Okay? Get out while you still can. I've said it for 11 years. Joe Feshbach didn't listen to me on it, did he? And at 55, sadly, he's dead. Way too many OTs have died. So please, if you want to leave, leave. It's nothing more. It feels like you're jumping off a cliff 1,000 feet high. But the truth of the matter is, it's nothing more than walking across one side of the street to the other. There's a line in the middle. You walk across it. You're on the other side. You're free. That's it. And you can call us up and have a great time. There you go. I hope you'll have a wonderful time. Read the links on Australia, and to the Australians, congratulations. Thank you. Bye-bye.